Welcome to Risky Ryan Trades. Well, we did it. SoFi closed out of $19 and today it hit $20. So this is a little bit of a celebration video, but also I'm going to go over why I started investing in SoFi over a year ago. Actually, I cropped this chart to show you when I first started investing in SoFi. And I'm going to tell you why, where I got in, things like that. So definitely stick around. I've got a lot of information in this video. So let's get to it. SoFi. I was buying it heavy. This is heavy for me anyways. Right around $7.50, $7. But I do have some of my first purchases, not my first purchases, but like I did catch the very bottom, which I will show you a video of here in a second. Actually, let's just cut to it right now. All right, so this is a year ago. I put this video out a year ago. Let's just listen to what we were talking about at this time when SoFi was bottoming.
Let's take a look and see what happened today. Look at this candle right here. Yikes. Oh, but then it rejected off the Gann angle again. So this is the third time that we touched the Gann angle and we closed over it, which I like. I like that. If you've been like, oh, maybe I want to invest in SoFi, you know, the risk, you know, I would set a stop loss right here at 615. You know, the risk reward is pretty good right here. I don't love to watch my investment, you know, when I started investing in it. I think my cost basis is like up here. So it's been a pretty brutal ride. But I think the bottom is in. I hope the bottom is in. We got earnings coming up. I was hoping for a nice bounce and recovery into earnings.
And that's exactly what happened. And isn't it so funny to go back on this video and see that I was like kind of like upset, you know, like, man, my cost basis is all the way at like $7.80, $8 at that time. But the conviction, the knowing what you hold, knowing the business, watching all the fundamentals go up while the stock deviates from that, those kind of divergences is what I look for to catch bottoms, to accumulate stocks that are going in the wrong direction, that should by all means be going up. So this was incredible. Like, you know, I put in a decent amount of buying there. And once it confirmed, once it got like through the Gann arc and everything, I started, it was about 750 at that point. And I said, all right, I had to make a decision because at that point, I think SoFi was like 2 or 3% of my portfolio. And I decided that's it. Like it's going to be part of my Mag 7, like top 7 stocks in my portfolio. And thank God I did that. My portfolio looks incredible because of it. So definitely you want to follow me, hit that subscribe button if you'd like to catch trades like this. But let's go over why I chose to invest in SoFi in the first place, because technicals isn't the only reason why I will invest in a company. And I believe in this company. I will be like the Michael Saylor of SoFi. I will be buying the top, the middle, the bottom. I'll buy it all the way through because this company is going places. And it was easy to see that it was going places long before the stock showed that story. You could see here, we actually aren't even at all-time highs. The stock hit like $22 back in 2021. But you could see here, so the stock price is in this orange red, but revenue's been climbing, contribution profit climbing, EBITDA climbing, net income climbing. So all of the fundamentals were moving in the right direction. Net margins were climbing. You know, as the stock was dropping, margins were going up. This shows you members, and this is one of the most key indicators for SoFi. Members up and to the right from 2020 all the way to 2023. Then in 2024, we got updated member numbers, climbing, climbing, climbing. And here's today. In blue, you have total revenue. In orange, you have members, and you can see they correlate quite well. And then you have gross profit margin, which is sitting right in the 80s. And guess what? It's supposed to keep climbing. So this is part of why I invest in this company. It's just going in the right direction. All the fundamentals are going in the right direction. But it's not just that. There are other key factors, key reasons why I've made SoFi one of, if not the largest position across all my portfolios. Right now, SoFi owns 70% of the private student loan market. And guess what? student loan forgiveness is off the table. And so I plan on seeing a lot of student loan refinancing over the next year. This is a positive catalyst going forward. Anthony Noto, probably my favorite CEO in the entire stock market. SoFi has experienced highest inflation in decades, worst interest rate environment of all time, fastest growing interest rate environment, lost one business segment, student loans, because they were going to forgive the student loans. Then they lost a crypto business because of regulations, and the stock never blew up, never went under, business stayed afloat, and now they're getting their crypto business back, they're getting their student loan business back, and they were growing despite all of that stuff. Here's his resume, starting from the bottom. Brand manager at Kraft Foods, then an associate at Lehman Brothers, managing director at Goldman Sachs, the chief financial officer of the NFL, went back to Goldman Sachs investment banking, then was the chief financial or operations officer at Twitter. Now he's the CEO of SoFi. But guess what? That's not all. He graduated or attended. I don't know if he graduated. I would assume he graduated. Went to West Point, graduated Army Ranger School. If you're not familiar with Army Rangers, they're like cream of the crop military unit. Served in Fort Benning. He was also a Hall of Fame inductee in West Point class of 1991. So the guy's a winner. Okay, he's going to take this thing to the end zone. Like, he's a winner. I trust this CEO. I like to be able to trust management. One of the reasons why I don't invest in Robinhood, even though it's an excellent stock with excellent fundamentals, the manager, like the CEO, makes me a little nervous. He's very run and gun, which can pay off, but it causes volatility in the stock. And there's some other things. Today is not about Robinhood. Today is about SoFi. Anthony Noto has stated that he plans to get SoFi into the top 10 of banks. And you can see here, TD Ameritrade or TD Bank is the number 10 bank by market cap at $119 billion. Let's take a look real quick and see where SoFi is today, market cap. And actually, yeah, it'll be fun to see where SoFi is sitting. SoFi is literally at $20 as we speak. Market cap, 22 billion. So what's 100 billion divided by 22? It's a 4.5, 5x from here. 120 billion. So 120 divided by 22. It's actually a 5x from here. Some other things that are important to know. If SoFi hits $25, $35, or $45 and the 90-day volume weighted average is above those, Anthony Noto gets a massive payout. So he has all the incentive in the world, other than his track record of just winning. I have a lot of reasons to believe that SoFi is going to hit these numbers by June 1st, 2026. Oh, and by the way, SoFi is now too big to be in the S&P 400 mid cap. Now we're waiting for the S&P 500 inclusion. Once SoFi gets into the S&P 500, dude, stocks always just take off like crazy once they get put into the S&P 500. So there are still a ton of positive catalysts in the future. All right, I had to make that quick. I gotta get running. But congratulations to all SoFi owners. Hit the like button. Hit subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and comment below, how big is your SoFi position, like as a percentage of your portfolio, and are you looking to buy SoFi? And do you have any questions? What are your thoughts about SoFi stock? Leave them below, and until next time, Risky Ryan